Don't doesn't that music just give you the chills? Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to a Mettlestate Pro Series match between Energy Esports and Bravado Gaming, two of the heavyweights of the Call of Duty community. And today, yet again, my duo casting partner, Edgy.
Hello, guys. It's nice to see you.
I felt,
Let's
yeah, it felt like I just announced you like a boxing match.
WWE
Yeah, like
match. Yeah.
something like that. Yeah, but
I'm not that epic, guys. I'm
yeah,
sorry.
I
Sorry
think
to
it's the
disappoint.
music. I think it's the music that has given that epic feeling. But
I
an
was
epic.
hyped up.
It was hyped, eh? But welcome, guys. Welcome, gents. This is your Group 1. I think it's the first match that we've seen from Group 1 that's going to take place now from the Pro
I
Series.
think so.
And what better way to kick it off than between Energy Esports and Bravado Gaming?
Exactly. I don't think you could have a better matchup to be streamed and to kick off the group. And now let's move over to the maps here because I'm seeing some interesting map choices.
It is.
And
Yeah.
for the first maps, we have Gridwalk. For the first map, we have Gridwalk, Hardpoint, obviously. And I honestly think that EN is better than BBD at that map.
Well, sure. To be honest with you, we've seen these two teams take the stage between each other in two separate occasions, and it was first a 3-0 against EN for BVD, and then a 3-0 for EN against BVD. And I don't know, for some reason, I'm thinking it's going to be different this time around. I can't see 3-0s go happening all the time. I think both teams are ready for this one, but Edgar, I'm going to agree with you there. I don't think that Bravado is up for it on Gridlock. I think Ian has got the upper hand on that map.
Yes, I think we've seen EN play WRG. That was a few weeks ago. That was on the old patch, but we saw EN play WRG for I'm not sure if it was VS or if it was Mettlestate. Regardless, they beat them pretty handedly. The game was relatively close. I think WRG got to 180 points. But at the same time, when you look at Gridwalk and with the previous meta that you had, and with the EN roster just having those Maddoxes in the actual meta, it's a very hard team to counter on that map.
Yeah, no, indeed so. But then we're following with Arsenal, double Arsenal, Arsenal search and destroy, and Arsenal control. And we had a little chat before the time, you and me, Edgar. And when we looked
Yep.
at control before even touching on SND, I think that's Bravado's best control map they could have picked.
Yep. But what happened last time? Did we not see them play Arsenal Control
I don't.
against EN last Sunday?
Was that Arsenal? I can't
I'm not
remember if it was.
100% sure.
No, I'm not 100% sure, but nevertheless, that Bravado is a very good control team. I think they're very, very well structured, and obviously with the likes of Inferno, Lithium, and obviously Kohvz as well. It's the masterminds. They've been playing Call of Duty for quite a while in South Africa, so I can't wait to see what they put down on the table. But let's first talk about that search and destroy. Edgar, the fundamentals of search and destroy, obviously getting that first blood is very crucial. But how do you see both
Yep.
teams taking it in search and destroy?
In S&D, I'm giving it BBD's way. Honestly, I think the whole series will be a 3-1, but not getting ahead of myself. Speaking about the S&D more in depth, I think that BBD's winning this one simply because what we saw last Sunday, it didn't look like the BBD team that we usually know.
That's 100% true, and we're saying the same we could say the weekend before, where Ian then got 3-0'd, so and then they didn't look
Yep.
the same. So I think this is where the teams are gonna say, okay, stuff this. This is never gonna happen again, and well, hopefully not, because we all like to see more Call of Duty being played. So we'll see maybe if we can go the distance this time. And for those people that don't know the rosters of these two teams, we'll go through them for you right now with a Bravado starting off. We've got Rahil, Scorpio, Inferno, Lithium, and Kohvz, obviously. And then from Energy Esports, we have Frosty, Miki, Heroz, Waffle and Shaaki. And two lineups that's really stacked out. You can probably argue them to be the two top teams in South Africa currently. We'll see them go
Yep.
head to head now. And for Bravado, maybe everyone talking about this overseas trip. For them, they're looking to be going flawless in this game.
Indeed. And I just going over the whole series, I just want to say that this series might be closer than expected, but at the same time, it also might be a blowout from one of the teams if the other team does not come out hot.
Yeah, it could be, and we've seen that happen before. We can see Hanno Stocker is in here as well. Imagine a map 5 round 11 between Kohvz and Frosty. I would pay to see that. I would literally pay money to see that. That happening is probably 1 in a million chance, but I'll take my chance. Hopefully, we'll take that. But talking about the meta, Edgar, we spoke. I've heard you spoke about it a little bit yesterday in the stream, and
Yeah, I did.
it changed a bit now that I don't know. Treyarch listened and said, "Okay, well, listen here," or Activision, listen here. Um, listen here. We heard your cries. Okay, we're gonna help you with the Maddox again, and it looked like they did.
Indeed, they nerfed the the strafe speed on the Maddox while you're aiming down sight. They also nerfed the aiming down sight speed with quick draw 1 and 2, so that's slower now. You ADS slower with the Maddox now. And initially, they also nerfed the recoil by a lot. You had a lot more recoil on those first 5 bullets, but a few hours ago, actually, quite a bit of time ago, actually, compared to how the patch was released, they buffed the Maddox's recoil again, so that only the second and and fourth shots, if I'm counting correctly, I think it's the second and the fourth, actually get more recoil than the first, third, and fifth. So the Maddox is basically back to normal, but it's not as good as against your ICR players,
So,
which is good. But at the same time, if we're talking about the balance between the SOG and the Maddox, since most of the games that we're casting are online, or all of them actually,
all of them, yeah.
you will still be, if you're a SOG player, and especially because your stock attachment on the SOG got nerfed, you will still be getting how do I put it lightly, joked a lot by the Maddox.
Yeah. Now, are we gonna see people playing with Maddox? What do you see?
100%.
Yeah. What do you? So you still think the Maddox is gonna be playable right now in this game?
The Maddox is still playable. The thing is, I'm expecting to have more ARs on the maps, 2 SOG, 3 AR meta, instead of having the previous meta, which was 2 SOGs, 2 Maddoxes, and your main AR player, your IC. You're now going to have, at least that's what I think will happen. Nobody knows the meta yet. An ICR, a second ICR, or a swordfish player that's pretty much interchangeable because that second AR can play faster, and then having one Maddox and the 2 SOG.
Well, if you're a Soul player right now, you think you're feeling quite comfortable going into this match because there's nothing really that was touched on your gun.
I mean, the strafing speed with stock and stock 2 was nerfed, and your ADS speed was also nerfed, and so was your recoil with grip. So the gun changed a bit, but I don't think it's enough for people to be complaining, honestly.
Yeah, I don't think many of them would, and I can see most of the play, or all of them are here, and we're gonna kick this game right off. We'll see if Bravado Ian should be ready, so Bravado should be ready. After this, guys, you don't have to go anywhere. After this match, we have, or not we, not myself, but Shaani later tonight will be casting the match between White Rabbit Gaming and Elite Gaming. So make sure to check that one out. He's got I don't know who a co-caster is yet, but make sure to pop in there. All the support for Kohvz is always appreciated. Doesn't mind if it's me, Shaani, or someone from the street. If you're helping Kohvz, by all means, you'll get the support. So for everyone sticking around, thank you very much. And don't leave us just yet, because we've got this insane series, yeah, and then another great matchup after that later on. I can see Hannes here again. Maddox is still good, very good in my opinion. Just needs to know just need to learn. Okay, well that's fine by me. So basically, what they're saying is you need actually to practice with this gun. You can't just go in and just start gunning people. You need to actually learn the gun before going into a game.
Meh. I was just hitting bots with it, and I can tell you it hasn't really changed much. The recoil hasn't changed. You won't have any difficulty skilling at close and medium range. You'll just have problems outgunning ICRs, which is, well, the grip 2 attachment is there for a reason on an ICR, and that's pretty much the only reason that weapon is still in the meta, is because of those 2 attachments. But now making the Maddox balanced is just, it's something that is so complicated to do, simply because hybrid weapons, and especially now that you have to balance weapons with attachments, it's just, it turns into a mess, honestly. It's still very good, Hannes.
Well,
yes, 100%.
It started with a mess from the beginning, because they've changed it and then they changed it back. So players started saying, okay, let's play with the swordfish, and then they said, okay, no, you don't need to. We'll buff your Maddox again a bit. Stop crying, and they did that. So I would not be surprised if I see people playing with swordfish.
I wouldn't either, especially because that weapon was always good from the start of the game. It got buffed here now, and the only thing that really changed was the strafing speed, because you don't really notice the ADS speed how it was pre. It's just that since the Maddox has been nerfed, you now have a chance to run another AR on your team, and the swordfish just fits perfectly because it's already on par with the ICR.
Yeah,
if not better.
Yeah, if not better. So we'll see what these two teams can do. I don't know what's the hold up right now, but while they wait there, for those that played EGE last year, would know it was a complete balls up or mess up, you could say. That the winners and the organizer, that was ACGL, was not paid for their services, and the winners place 1 to 4th has not, or 1 to 3rd, sorry, has not been paid. So something was released that it would be paid out before the end of February. So some light shining down the tunnel. Unfortunately, it's almost it's closer to 10 months now that we've not gotten paid. So unfortunately, that's the circumstance. At least you're gonna get your money, or they're saying so. But we'll hear down the line what's happening. Yeah, well, obviously, I hope everyone gets paid. And if you guys did not know, there's the 3 icons that I've just tweeted, or not tweeted, but in the chat for you. It's the Ian, the Vinco, and the White Rabbit Gaming logo. You can obviously use that as you wish. And the only way I can get logos on for you is through the subscriptions. I'm not partnered by Twitch yet, so that's the only way I can get them on for you. And I can see Worthy is in here as well. And you Worthy's coach as well. Edgar, let's quickly talk about Worthy. Like, he is right here, you know. Does he have the skills to cope with the teammates that he's currently having?
Does he have the skills to cope with the teammates that he's currently having? What do you mean?
Is he good enough for that team, is my question for you.
That whole team is good enough to be a top team. They just need to learn how to play the game and actually play the game correct way.
Anyone can shoot straight. It's the way you play the game. That's exactly how it is. And let's quickly talk predictions. You said 3-1. I'm saying
3-1
I think it's going to go map 5 this time around, and everyone in the chat, get your series prediction in. We're not going to talk about map scores yet. We'll talk about that coming S&D and Control. But get your series count in, and let's start things off with Bravado Gaming. And I can see a Scorpio has that beautiful swordfish in his hand.
Scorpio has it, and Ian's also running it in the hands of Heroz. Anyway, first hill just popped, obviously, just started the map. There's only 1 player contesting. Meanwhile, the players from EN are actually just trying to get kills. Frosty does pick up 1 on Showers, picks up the second one, quite surprisingly. Miki with 1 in the hill as well, which leaves 2 players in the hill stranded. They get taken down, a nice starting break from EN.
Yeah, that's a perfect start you wanted from them. Frosty is the thorn there for Bravado coming in from behind. And you can see the blue arrows on your map. They're looking everywhere for Frosty as he picks up 2 yet again. But player number 5 will be Rahil now, rotating 2 next. They've given up. They're not going to fight for that 20 seconds to come. Then it's going to be Ian that needs to hold spawn and break into new.
That's a good play from BBD, just giving it up, trying to rotate, making sure that they get these kills here. But now they actually need to get these kills, and Waffle gets two with the ICR. Lithium does find one on Crates, on Frosty. Rahil also finds one on Gold, which means that for the moment, the Ian players are going to be spawning out since there's pressure from Scorpio in the back spawn. He went on a pin, and the Bravado players have built control.
Yeah, Frosty will be taken out from behind as it is Kohvz there in that sneaky left-hand corner on the roof. And it looks so far so good for Bravado as they've taken control over next. And I almost thought Heroz got choked there, but just walks away with it. They still have a slender lead. Bravado doing a good job so far, just taking control over that. And as I say that, there's only one left in the hill currently to contest, and that is Scorpio. Scorpio still getting away with his life, doing a good job of it. But the rotation is needed, 20 seconds left, and the only guy there was Frosty. As he's taken out, and it looks like Bravado has that early rotation again.
And highlighting the rotation play from EN, I don't know how they're getting all of these kills. They're just brute forcing it. Do they find Kohvz? No, they don't. But going back towards that rotation from second to third hill here, that rotation could have gotten way smoother for EN. I think they got lucky in getting these kills, to be honest. If Shaaki he was underpass, he should have just made the decision to actually help his teammates on the rotation instead of just trying to hang around the old hill, which is what he did. That doesn't seem to matter at the moment, as EN has just flipped the spawns as well for the next hill. But there's still 35 seconds left here, and they are trying to pick those up as well.
Now, here's the thing that I've seen, that we've seen Bravado always being that team that gets the rotation onto a team, gets that early rotation in. But it's been the story of the two games where that we've casted. This game and then last week's where they got 3-0 against Ian. But that hard point played exactly like this one. It was always Ian getting the rotation, and then or Bravado getting the rotation, and then Ian breaking it.
Indeed it was, and it seems to be repeating this time as well, except the difference here on the fourth hill is that Ian had the early rotation, right? But these two players at the back here, Inferno that just got taken down, and Kohvz, who was also going to be taken down, were trying to fight for those rotation battles. They ended up not winning those. Which means that their team, that Bravado, is going to be spawning at that back rock area by the third hill, trying to push through middle. And if you have mid control on the side of EN, which they don't, thankfully for Bravado, it's very easy to shut down that push. But they do isolate the player at the top house, and they are now able to push up to the hill.
Better from Bravado as they break in after Ian has broken in, and it looks like Ian is first to that 100-point mark. 45 or 55 points in between it, and make that 50, as it's a halfway between both of these teams. And it looks like Energy is going to give that up as well and focused on the rotation. This is the first time this round that Ian has gotten the rotation. Let's see if they can hold it as Heroz gets shut down.
Exactly, and it seems like everyone from EN is going to be shut down despite that early rotation. Just a very nice plays coming in from the BVD sub players. And now the lead is shrinking right now for EN. Frosty just popped his Tempest, by the way. Does tag one. That changed. So they will get two players on the hill. Can he get this player up here in gold? No, he cannot. Inferno does take him down. But good thing for EN is they still have hill control, but they now need to push up onto spawns to get to that second hill. And let's highlight Waffle here because he's having an insane game at 13-4 in terms of KD.
They're doing good so far, and I think this might be the perfect time to pop that 200, and that is he's maybe listening to the stream. I don't know, it could be my brilliance or his, but that is 200 pop to them. The rotation is coming in, and it looks like it was Bravado getting that initial rotation. As we always see, they need to hold it this time. And the only thing that Bravado can maybe take out from that previous rotation was there was a specialist burned by Energy Esports.
Indeed, but BVD goes for the rotation. Nobody watches that. Nobody watches the flank. Heroz picks up easy kills in the back. They collapse onto the hill. They get they get early control as well. Now Bravado is still with the not the proper spawn, but the better spawn. But Heroz tries to shut that down. Tries to shut their push down.
Oh.
Gets 3. Shaaki with 1 as well. Heroz has a lightning strike close to another hellstorm. Will we get it here?
And this is where he can be deadly. Miki is out with his Annihilator as well, and having that out is very, very crucial. Heroz is on streaks and rotation is coming down. Player number 5, Rahil, only one currently there that can stop Energy Esports. This could be where Energy walks away with it, but Miki, yet again, that nail in the coffin there, as he's on a 4 streaks, 4 kills with that Annihilator. Is he going to find another one? Just Waffle as having the game of his life. He's 17 and 6.
A very solid rotation from EN, despite them rotating late, and that seems to be the story of this game and the story of the BVD EN point matches. We have to also highlight Miki. I don't think he missed a shot with the Annihilator. If he did, that didn't matter because he ended up picking up 4 kills. That's just good usage. And now EN just managed to clear out all the players from BVD and make them spawn on the other side of the map. Just very good gameplay coming from them.
Yeah, great gameplay from them, and Miki very close to his streaks as well. Bravado's going to be looking to shut him down. He finds a Hellstorm as well. And if we're just looking at streaks now, Energy Esports definitely got this one in the bag, Edgar.
Indeed, this game is over. If it's not on this hill, on this 4th one, it's on the next one. It's on the 1st one when we go back to the rotation. But if BVD want to come out, they still have specialist advantage. If they want to come back, they have specialist advantage. They need to be used them properly. Inferno just tags Waffle at the back with his Tempest. They do manage to hold on spawns and get the kills on rotation. So this could be the start of a comeback, but there's just way too many streaks on EN.
Yeah, this is the hill that they should climb up the tally, Bravado, but they need to get every single second of it. The Tempest is out from Inferno, and he's going to be looking to pick up even more players. But Edgar, do you think it's the perfect time for him to use it? Maybe they know they need every single bit of it that they can get. And on an open hill or a closed hill like this that we're currently on, do you think it's the perfect time that he could have used it?
Possibly, but I mean, with 13 seconds left now, there's not a point to discuss. They just need to rotate here. Make sure that they're getting these kills. Maybe pop the War Machine or the Annihilator that they still have. Inferno does get the Lightning in, which kills 2 people. The Rahil props the War Machine, gets 1 as well. A solid rotation, solid wave of rotation kills from Bravado. But again, EN still has streaks, and there are only 28 seconds left. That's what they need. They only need 28 seconds.
Yeah, at this stage, if you're Energy Esports, you're just staying calm. Don't be over eager as Miki shuts down Kohvz there. Streaks coming in. Heroz finds 2. This is the opportunity for Ian maybe to get some points on the board. Miki is trying to contest. You can see he's in there. At this stage, they're just going to try and hold off as much as they can. But Inferno has that sniper's nest out as well.
Now, the good thing for BVD is that they've started the rotation early. Waffle does pick up 1 on Crouch. I have no idea how he's getting these kills. Will we get Inferno? No, we cannot. Maddox is too powerful up close. The game is going to be insanely close to ending if you're on EN. But BVD does have this early setup. Will they watch the pinch correctly? Look at that player number 7 going on the pinch. Waffle gets 1 on that pinch, which means that Miki can just use this Hellstorm to pick up a few kills. He does get 1. And another one with his gun. This game should be over.
Yeah, this should be it. We almost thought that was the perfect time for Kohvz to pull out his Annihilator, as he does have it, as he finds 1 there, but that's going to be a bit too late, as Energy Esports takes map number 1, 251-59. And Edgar, from the start, we saw exactly the same picture as we saw last week. It was Bravado getting early rotation, and then Ian breaking in within 10 seconds.
Exactly. It's just BB, go to the theater, watch what's going on in these hard points, because they get a setup and they are immediately broke. And that can't be happening. That cannot be happening. Either you're having one player that's over challenging and the trades go in favor of EN, or you're just not holding the correct power spots on the map.
And we can see specialists not really having a big toll in that game, but we saw Heroz. It started off with him with his gravity slam towards his streaks, and then Miki with the 4-piece with his annihilator. So score streak or specialists really helping towards your towards your score streaks, and we can see that with Energy Esports as they take that victory 251-59. And if we just scroll through the players, Heroz 32 and 15 with 105 seconds in a hill, so definitely that man in the hill just being a nuisance for Bravado. Frosty 32 and 21, 29-11 for Waffle, 26-14 and 21-19. So not anyone from Energy Esports in a KD standpoint is negative. We have Kohvz not really pitching up, 16 and 22, 19-24 for Scorpio, Lithium 21 and 19, and Rahil 22-20 with Inferno obviously dropping that sniper nest a bit too late. Obviously, if you've gotten it a bit earlier, it would be more beneficial. But 27 and 16. If you just look between the two teams, you don't see a lot of hill presence from Bravado. Just looking at the time,
you don't. But at the same time, they lost, so that's normal. You're not getting that much time if you're not actually picking up the time. Another thing that we need to consider is that for this series, BVD hosted first map. Scorpio was host. Which means that next map is probably going to be En's host. And we've seen how important host is in this game.
Yeah, we have.
And I'm a bit worried for BVD.
Well, it's
despite Arsenal being a good S&D map for them, it might be too much.
Yeah, well, just to everyone a reminder, it is online matches. So Bravado will be hosting map 1, 3, and 5. With Ian hosting map number 2 and 4. And just things like that. I'm always thinking, why do they only allow 2 cardcasters in the game? I don't understand it. They're not allowing any neutrals. If they want the game streamed, how are you going to get neutrals to host the games? I just don't understand. But
I hope it gets fixed in this update.
I do hope so. And to everyone in stream, it's literally that the clock is sticking to league play. It's around the corner. Hopefully this match finishes before then. If not, at least we got some good action going here. But Energy Esports taking that first one, 250-159, and we're going to a Arsenal search and destroy. Now, Edgar, we both said that that first gridlock is Ian's baby. Now the search and destroy. Do you think it's BVD is going to hit back?
I think BVD is going to hit back, but here's the thing. Looking over that hard point, and I'm going to have to say this again, is that they get a good rotation in, right? They're not always, but they're most of the times the first people to get to the hill. They're the first team to get to the hill, the next one. And then in a period of 5 seconds, everyone's dead.
Yeah, that's exactly it. It's unbelievable actually to think about it. Two top teams, you'd think they would know when to rotate and how to set up not to be broken so easily. But this is it now for the teams to show what they have in search and destroy. Bravado hopefully hitting back. We would like to see map 5s come up. And it's going to start off here for Bravado unless they want to make a reverse sweep run here. I don't know. Something great. You never know. But we saw last week, Edgar, the search and destroy between these two teams was played on payload. If you can remember back, Ian made some crucial mistakes. They let in 2 1v3 situations where Bravado clutched up. But it was still Ian taking that search and destroy. Yeah, it was still Ian. What does Bravado need to do differently looking back at last week?
Looking back at last week, and I know this is a different map. In this S&D, I think that BVD just need to, one, either be picking up every first blood with a sniper that they can, or two, just make sure that you're baiting properly for your teammates. Make sure that you're not over-challenging. Make sure that if you're actually hitting a site, you're doing it correctly and you're watching all the angles that you need to watch because I was
Zero
talking
reporting in.
about that first hard point in the instance that in 5v5 rotations and 5v5 rotation battles specifically, Bravado was pretty much losing them. And S&D in this game is pretty much that. It's a 5v5, just absolute smackdown. And when you go and do that, and you have to play like that because of how fast guns ADS, of how fast you slide, and lightweight and dexterity, it's just you have to be better at trading. Because if you're not getting one crucial trade in, that is just practically the end of the round for your team. You're just losing that round.
And I think if we start looking through Bravado's lineup, it's going to be the captain for me that needs to pitch up for this game. Lithium, of course. If he can be that guy to drop TDM numbers again that we've seen him done before, then I think this could be a Bravado map. So, depending on if Lithium can pitch for this SND, if he can run this game, if Inferno with his IGL, his in-game leading, if he can call the shots and everything goes smoothly, I think Bravado has this 6-3.
6-3? I'm giving it 6-4 to BVD. I think this map will actually be closer. It might even go to round 11. But either way, the last, speaking about Control, the next map, if EN does take this, I think that the last time they played BVD, and it was on stream, the last time they played
Yes.
BVD on stream, they won Arsenal Control 3-1, I think. That was in a VS gaming match.
Yes. That's indeed
So,
so.
BVD needs to win this.
Yeah, in the back of BVD's mind, you're thinking, dude, this can't be 3-0. This can't be 3-0. That's been the story between these two teams for the last two matches already. But we'll see now in Search and Destroy. Can Bravado hit back? We're on board with the attacking team, and that is Kohvz and Inferno running to the gun side, making sure no one pushes up.
Indeed, and they're playing quite slow. Just trying to find a pick. We'll now start to surge on the B site. Look at the player number 4 in middle. Just basically baiting two players of EN. While up on the B site, the two players at the back of B just noticed, the two players from EN just noticed that, well, BBD's here at B. Scorpio does end up finding a pick in middle. So 5v4 advantage for BVD. Bombs is going down.
Both snipers taking a shot at each other. Both not... Ooh, and as I say, both not really hitting in. Heroz picks up Inferno. It is a... Jeez, Heroz hitting those shots. As it's now a 3v4 man advantage for EN. And it looks like player number 4, Rahil, is still playing a big part. And this mid area, can Miki pick him up? Unfortunately not. He's going to jump up to help his teammate coming from middle. It is a 2v2. Make that a 1v1. Rahil versus Heroz. Can Heroz make this count? 14 seconds. He is stunned. Heroz might come in behind him. Yes, he does. Huge plays from Heroz as he clutches up yet again. This guy out of nowhere is literally telling the EN guys, listen here, jump in my backpack. I got you.
He got 4 kills that round. Or 5, including his own teammate. He had to win that. He had to win that just because he killed his teammate right there. You're going to see this here in the best play. But the players on BVD that planted the bomb ended up falling too early, which led to Rahil and this teammate. I'm not sure who was in mid. I think it was Scorpio. I'm not 100%
yeah, it was
on
Scorpio, yeah.
They ended up being a 2v3 situation. Ian just played the numbers. Without that team kill, it would have been much easier, but they ended up closing it out anyway.
Yeah,
you get first blood there, and you still don't win. You get first blood and a bomb plant, and you still don't win the round there. On the side of BVD, you gotta be.
Oh, still looking for that sniper shot is Heroz. And for everyone thinking, okay, well, why aren't they running the Mozu? Mozu is the most overpowered pistol. The gun is now G8, so no more Mozu. As Heroz finds yet another snipe. He's been practicing these snipes, I mustn't lie to you. He's been practicing, trying to get them on point, and it looks like he's got them. as it's now all up to Inferno to clutch with a sniper. He's going to try and pick up his teammate's gun here at the back. Yes, he does pick it up, but I think it's going to be the EN guys now trying to push Inferno and take him down. They do just that, and 2 great rounds from EN to start it off.
Indeed, 2 very solid rounds from EN here when they went for this A push. A solid team effort to actually push up onto Jet, eliminate the player from BVD that was at Jet to give them A control so that they could put the bomb down. And then the rest of the round just played itself. They didn't even have to play their trades because I don't think there was only 1 member from EN that actually dropped during that round. They just eliminated everyone from BVD, and then Inferno had to be in a 1v4 situation and with a sniper, and that's just insanely hard to clutch.
Yeah, and I'm actually going to stick on board with Heroz. He's very close to streaks, 110 points off. He's going to spot Inferno there now. If Inferno can just peek his head over, but it doesn't look like it. They're just taunting each other at the moment. And you can see both teams just playing passively at the moment. Player number 4, Rahil, is again there in the middle causing some havoc. And it's going to be the guys from Bravado that's maybe going to have to make the first move.
They definitely have to, otherwise the clock's going to run down. But
look at Inferno. They have spotted him there. Can't unfortunately hit the shot, and I think that would have been the shackles for Bravado. That would have been the kill for them to start pushing up.
And it's just like the casters have said, that individual plays in this game, and especially in S&D, they don't really work out because you have 10 people on the map, but at least one of them watching flank. That's an easy call out, an easy way to eliminate that player. Now, they planted bomb, but they are at a 3v4 disadvantage. This round should be just like the first one.
Yeah, and it looks like it's going to play off as that, as Heroz yet again picking up those streaks. He's going to defuse the bomb now as well to get closer to his... oh, he should get it actually if he can get this down. And yes, he does. Drone squad acquired. And that's even a score streak that's gotten a buff. So that might even take out the whole team.
Maybe. And let's just... I'm just going to compare Heroz to Nagafen because he's rocking that strife and he's picking up kills in situations where he shouldn't be picking. That's insane. Nice work out of him. He's currently 6-0?
Yep, 6-0. Yeah,
7-0.
Let me see. 7-0. Yet to die in Search and Destroy. We're going to round number 4. And if you're Ian or an Ian supporter, you are in the heavens at the moment as they're playing out of their minds. And if Bravado wants to put any halt to this, they need to kill Heroz first.
Here's the problem. When you have Heroz going off like this, and you have and you're up 3 rounds in S&D, specialists are going to be close. Waffle is not close to his because he has 0 kills at all. But Heroz already has his gravity spikes as the lightning strike does come in, called in by the same player that I just mentioned. Bomb does go down. Heroz with another snipe over on the blue player, that was Kohvz. And this round seems to be over again. Frosty went on the flank at A, just played it small, just played it slow, made sure that everybody was focused on the other guys. Solid round from EN. Inferno now in a 1v4. Might as well just throw himself off the map.
Yeah, don't give them any more streaks, any more points towards any streaks, as Shaaki gets the the humiliating Blixum there on Inferno. But Heroz, is he on something? Some monsters? Is like the man is running the Search and Destroy by himself. It's incredible. He's playing with a sniper and not even a Moser in hand. You'd think BVD would be more aggressive actually to shut him down, but that's not the case. And I'm for the first time actually just going to switch off him and to see what Bravado is doing wrong, as Kohvz is an 0-4 start, and so is Lithium, and at least Inferno picking up Heroz this time.
Yes, if you want to come back, it has to be now. You cannot let the other team go up 5-0. However, first what has been achieved by the players of BVD. They don't realize it yet, but there's nobody watching this A site. The bomb can freely go down, but look, they're stacking up over on the bomb, and there's nobody watching all the angles, so you don't have anyone watching steps at the moment. Look at player number 5, playing so far away from his team. He does pick up Frosty, which is a bad decision on Frosty's part to actually push that, since he knew that the bomb was going down. Regardless, now with 3v5 in the favor of BVD, Miki's going to get cleaned up in middle. Kohvz Kohvz finds Miki, actually. Rahil finds one on the A site. And a 1v4 for Shaaki. And as soon as I say that, he's just dead.
Yeah. Just better.
Solid bounce back round.
Yeah, that's
Solid.
how you should play it. And Bravado now hitting back, and it started off taking Heroz out. And at last they got that round on the board. It is now 4-1, and but they still have to look out for streaks. And the way that Ian's played that first 4 rounds, that they'll be very close to their specialist.
Indeed, they'll be very close to their specialists. If I'm not mistaken, they will have Prophet Tempest this round or the next one. Frosty gets 1 kill, he gets it. Heroz has had his gravity slam for the past 3 rounds. Shaaki has his War Machine. Miki's almost halfway to his Annihilator. On the other side, on the BVD team, you have nobody really close except Inferno and Rahil that are close to Tempest and War Machine respectively. An A push coming out from Ian. No contestation being made by the BVD players because they know that Heroz is a streak, so they're going to concede the bomb plant and try to go for the retake. And look at that player number 5.
Yeah, and that will be Kohvz again trying to get that sneaky flank in as the War Machine gets picked out, and I'm going to jump on board with Kohvz. Can he kill Frosty at the back there? And he does just that. It is a 4v3 currently, only 1 man up. Positive for Energy Esports as they're coming in from behind. He does get 2 kills. That's 2 now left. Make that all up to Waffle now to clutch a 1v3 situation. The bomb might be defused. Can he get the kill? No, he can't. And a great retake from Bravado. It's what you wanted to see. And it's a specialist wasted for Ian. So Bravado at least looking good in that regard.
True, they're looking good on this round, but Ian just misplayed this. They got 2 with the War Machine. They were up, if I'm not mistaken, 4-3 or 5-3. Not 100% sure on that. Regardless, if you're up by 2 people, you cannot be losing rounds like that when you have man advantage and the bomb down. Just make sure that everybody has their backs, everybody has their trades, and you would have walked away with a 5-1 lead. But now, BVD slowly crawling back into this game. Rahil has his War Machine. Kohvz is legitimately 1 stun or 1 kill from his Annihilator. And things are starting to look up for BVD.
Would this be the round that you would use?
Definitely the swing round.
Yeah, well, would this be a round that you invest some of your specialists if you BVD? You're looking at Rahil that can use his, and Kohvz can use his almost as well as Inferno picks up a filthy snipe.
Inferno picks up a snipe in vents of all of the places, but BVD still playing really slow, tentative to actually push up the map. Quite a split push coming in from them. The bomb is closer towards that top side of the mini map, and it seems like it's going to be planted. Player number 6, Frosty, will surely spot that. He does pick up one of his own with the sniper.
2 snipers in the hands of Energy.
And look at the time.
And
here's with the health storm.
Yeah,
backs the players up. There's nothing they can do to plant now for the next like 5 seconds. This round might just go away to time. Frosty would have just popped his Tempest, but they do not know yet if the pressure is going A or B. They do have player number 7 watching A, so they know that the bomb's going down to B, and this might be a BVD round.
Yeah, it should be a BVD round, as it's a 2v4 currently. I don't know why popping the Tempest now would be a good job. He gets over to bomb now. Is he going to kill him? Can't he get another one? No, unfortunately not. And up to Heroz now to make this play a 1v2 situation. Well, if he's going to play the way he played this whole game, he might just clutch up these 20 seconds to work with. Can he pick up Rahil? Rahil is just around that corner. He does spot him.
He's going to run.
Yeah. I think he's going to get the kill. No, unfortunately not. Rahil comes up and moves him out as he can't get the kill there. And Bravado fighting their way back into this now, Edgar.
And look, War Machine on the side of VN has been used. Tempest has been used. This is best case scenario for BVD. They're now only 1, and the streak got used. The Hellstorm got used as well. Ian now only has a 1 round lead, and look at the specialist on your top left. 3 out of 5. Meanwhile, Ian only has 1 available. 1.
Yeah, and
they're throwing this SND away.
I'm just looking at Waffle at the current stage is 0-6, and they still have 4 rounds on the board. So don't know what's happening, but the bomb is going down now from Energy Esports, and it's going to be Rahil using his War Machine now. Can he pick up anyone? No, the flak jacket is put on there. Miki gets that crucial first blood, and the War Machine has been now wasted for Bravado. So something that Ian can now don't need to look out for anymore. Heroz in that sneaky corner. This should be Energy Esports round to lose.
Oh no. Waffle just missing shots at range with the ICR. That is just allowed BBD to push up from that lobby side and the stairs as well to try and get kills. Frosty just finds you in the 1v2 situation. He finds Kohvz. He jumps off the bomb. This is still possible, but the tempest is coming in,
and that should be it. Yeah, that should be it. Inferno playing.
No attack mask.
Yeah, that should be it. He should get that defuse, and he does just that. And ladies and gentlemen, it's 4 straight rounds for Energy Esports and 4 straight rounds for Bravado. The search and destroy is definitely going the distance.
Mr. Lowry, I don't feel so good.
If you're Energy Esports, you're not feeling so good right now.
Oh boy. Good thing. The only good thing for Ian is that BVD used 2 specialist weapons to actually take that round. They used War Machine and the Tempest.
Well, let's look what they still have to use. If we look at Energy Esports, it's only Heroz with the Gravity Slam, and with Bravado we have Kohvz with Annihilator and Lithium with the Gravity Slam. Scorpio very close to his 200. Waffle still a long way as he's yet to pick up a kill.
Indeed. BVD going for this A push. Yet again. Bombs going down. They see no pressure. His hero is going to call in his last streak to drone squad. Seems to be just sniping, trying to watch the lane. Meanwhile, Frosty's going on the pinch. But we have player number 4. That's Rahil. This will come down to timing.
Now what will Heroz try and do with his Gravity Slam? Is he going to pop it right here? And he does just that, but he's going to fall straight away. Trades coming in now. It's one there as everyone trades out. 2v2. Make that a 2v1. Now Miki, last one left alive, can't get the kill, and that is 5 straight rounds for Bravado. They can finish it in this next round. And if you're Ian, you're kicking yourself. Well, you're kicking Waffle, because he's 0-8.
Indeed, but at the same time, it's like in this round they took so long to actually try to retake the site. I understand that they were waiting for the pinch, and that's fine. But at the very least, you can have those players at steps trying to create some sort of distraction instead of just waiting. Just you have a sniper, just shoot it. Make sure that the BVD players are focused on you. Now they pop TAC 5. They can win. They can actually win the game, win the map on this round. And all that Ian has to use is a drone squad. Yes, it's a mighty streak of its own, but if BBD just play their time and play the trades correctly, they will still come out on top. As soon as I say that, Heroz finds first blood on Inferno. The push seems to be coming into B. Player number 1 Lithium immediately realizes that and goes for the B
He's
bomb.
got the Gravity Slam.
Thing about this play. Exactly. That's what I was about to say. He's got gravity spikes.
And that thing definitely can be that pawn for Bravado. And it looks like Ian has decided to go back to A and get the bomb down. And I'm actually going to jump on board with Kohvz, see if he can get some kills with that Annihilator. He should be popping that now to find some kills. See if he can pop it. Ooh, Rahil picking up a big score streak kill there. And to just think Heroz is dead. He was the one with the score streaks. It is a 3v3. Ian's life hanging in the balance now. And the Annihilator is popped by Kohvz. Finds one. Can he find the second? He is stunned currently. What can they do? Who will find the next kill? Waffle picks out his first kill. And it's gonna be it. Kohvz finds that last one. And 6 straight rounds for Bravado. And for me, it was literally Lithium starting to pitch up. It was Kohvz. Lithium and Kohvz was 0-4 by round 4. And they picked it up and came back and they did what they did. And Waffle couldn't do anything. But if you're Ian, you're kicking yourself.
I am mind blown. Full streaks, full specialists by round number 4 practically. And you lose an S&D like that.
Shocking.
I I I I I can't speak right now. I just can't.
Well, Energy, if you're hearing me, you need to be looking at that search and destroy a game mode that you completely thrown away. They were 4-0 up to lose 6-4. And what have we seen? Miki, 3-8, 3-9 for Waffle. And it was led by Heroz. Heroz was that difference maker for 4 rounds. And then after, it was Kohvz picking up 12-6. He was 0-4, ladies and gentlemen, and he's 12-6. So
that last round was just. You know that you're putting bomb down at A, and you have whoever it was at B. I don't know who it was, but they were doing that the whole map. EN was doing that the whole map, always sending one player on the right flank while they were planting on the other side of the map. And you go for that 1v1 and you lose it, you're giving the round away. You're giving the round away. You have man advantage. You were up 1. You had first blood. You had bomb down again, and you still decide to go for that pinch that you've been doing for the past 10 rounds, or the past 9 rounds, because it was actually the 10th. Yeah. That sort of play can't happen. You can't be making those kind of individual plays, because when you do that, you're playing 50-50 in terms of a gunfight win. And we all know how, 1, online Call of Duty is, and B, how actual Call of Duty works. Even if you have a total advantage on a gunfight, that player might just be better than you on that gunfight and screw up that round for you, which is exactly what I think it was Lithium, who had graph spikes at the B site, was doing. He just won that gunfight, basically opened the rest of the A site for his team. The nade came in from Rahil. That was around 10 seconds before. Came in, took the guy off of bomb. I don't remember who was planting, but nice nade coming from Rahil. And then the rest of the BVD players just converge on the steps in the lobby area to try and break A, and they have numbers advantage because that player at B died. And you just win the round that way.
Yeah, we all know how difficult it is to play if you're playing a 5v4 or 5v3. In Ian's case, it was a 5v4 until that last round where Waffle couldn't find any kills. And the same we saw from Bravado. It was 2 of their players that wasn't pitching up until round 5 and then came all the way running back. But it's funny to see map number 1 was hosted by Bravado. Ian took that one. Ian hosts map number 2 and Bravado takes that one. So is this, if we're looking at the host advantage or the host team wins, this is definitely not the case.
Yeah, we're going into control. The last time that they played control, for the people that weren't in the stream before, EN won Arsenal control 3-1 in round count, and I'm not sure if that's going to happen again, because if I was a player on that EN roster, I would be quote unquote losing full. I would not be composed right now.
Well, if you're a top team, you should be coming back into this with ease, not let it get the better of you. Yes, you maybe call it a choke, 6 or 4 up, and you lose 6 rounds in a row, but going into this control, we saw last week, Ian takes a 2-1, 3-1, sorry. And if I'm Bravado, or I know Bravado, they've gone back, they've been watching, they know what they did wrong, they've been speaking, and I can't see that being the scoreline again. I still think maybe 3-2 to Bravado, just because they've got the momentum now. Maybe the SND is playing in the back of Ian's mind, saying, whoa, listen, yeah, we screwed up. Are we giving Bravado more than a sniff now of this match? And it could be just that, as we're going to go into this control on Arsenal. And I just don't know. Are we going to see Maddox players, or people going to put away the swordfish?
No.
I doubt it.
You're definitely not putting away the swordfish on Arsenal. It's just too good. You can just one burst somebody, especially on that A site. You can just one burst somebody, then one bullet, your sub picks up that kill quite easily. Boom. That's control of the first area. Now, What you might want to do is instead of having to run 2 subs, just running 2 Maddoxes, 1 sub, an ICR, and a Swordfish. But that's just my opinion. I haven't played Control yet on at all since the new patch has dropped. I'll be doing it today for the first time, and I actually want to see how that turns out. But regardless, my map prediction is this is going to be a 3-1 for BBD simply because I just still can't believe how Ian choked that.
Yeah, it was.
I legitimately thought this was going to be a 3-0 after the third round of
Yeah, I just think.
the SNE that we just saw.
Yeah, I just think if you're Heroes now with the numbers you've dropped and that the way you've played, that you're thinking to yourself, what the hell's my teammates doing? Okay, what do I need to teach you how to play SND? Because he played it perfectly. But it was just Bravado not starting off hot, and well, we saw what they can do. They took 6 straight rounds and made Ian pay for it, even with streaks that Ian had.
Streaks and specialists.
Yeah,
streaks and specialists. And out of the streaks, you don't really get much. I don't think that they won a single round where they used streaks.
Yeah, don't think so. And
a single one. Single one.
I don't even think that drone squad was popped at the end.
I'm not sure if it was or not, but I don't think it. I think it was actually, but I think it only picked up one player, and at that time BBD had full A control. I think it was popped on that last round.
Yeah.
And here's the thing: if Heroz did pop it, he was at B. The whole Bravado squad, well, 3 out of 4 of the Bravado squad, which was alive, were at A, putting the bomb down. So, yeah, I just bad streak usage, number 1. Bad team play round onwards. Bad specialist.
Yeah, and it started from round 5. I don't understand how you don't keep that momentum. Bravado just switched that button and clicked on for that SND. But we are now ready for this control.
Yeah, we're ready for this control. And one thing, if you guys want to go play week play, it has been released just now. It is available to play. You should be fine playing it now.
Yo, get those ranks up. League play is out. You can see everyone in the COD group on WhatsApp is ready. They're all loading in. They want to see what's happening. And I can bet you now both these two teams will be in league play, busy playing. And I can just see, if I go on Twitch, every single one, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4. Everyone's just Call of Duty, Call of Duty, Call of Duty, Call of Duty. Everyone's playing league play. Hope it's good. Hope the ranking system is good. And if Bravado can get this game underway so we can go play ourselves, that would be great. As I see now, one of the Ian guys has left, and I think that is Shaaki. Hopefully no Escom problems. Oh yeah,
he went to go play week play.
He's gone.
He's just done with this. He's done with it.
But let's talk chat. This is for you guys in the chat. We've seen people play on host and off host. Do you still think that playing on host makes that much of a difference? We've seen now teams taking games off other teams' hosts. So do you think it's still that crucial to have host on your side? I know back then, I think it was IW or so, everyone wanted, give me host, I want host. And I don't think at this stage it is that important.
At the stage that these two teams are playing and the way that they're playing, it does not matter that much. However, it still matters. Host will always matter no matter what game you're playing. It's just because you're hitting your shots first, you're seeing the other player first, no matter the circumstances, simply because it's online and there has to be one version of the game that's actually correct. And the other 9 players that connected to the host are just playing a delayed game, even if they're across the street. Yeah. So host will always make a difference, no matter what the game is, and no matter what your distance from the actual host is. Now, there's obviously ways to circumvent host and to make it less important, and there's also ways to make the problem bigger. which is if you just hold angles, especially off host, you hold angles off host, you're more likely to get cameraed. Number one, you're more likely to lose a gunfight because that player that has host will already have reacted to you before you've even seen them.
Yeah, and
And yeah,
yeah, just
and
as you
that
say
those are
that,
the two main things.
yeah, just restart your app. That change has come in, and I can see Tipman is in here.
Yeah.
Vico Tipman, host only makes a difference with certain teams and players. I can definitely vouch for that. Where they're saying the game is so inconsistent, especially Black Ops 4, and I can even agree with that. Like both teams trioing each other. We can take Ian and Bravado as an example, and we can see that. And then Brad, with his knowledge, obviously, saying if the person hosting plays like ass, then it's a waste of a host. It definitely still matters, especially in a country with trash infrastructure like ZA. Well, just keep this in mind. If you're playing against a team with fiber and a team with fiber, team A has fiber, team B has fiber, then I don't think it's that big of a problem. But when team A has fiber, as team B has ADSL or LTE, and I'm gonna take Vinko as an example, we have Tipman that plays on LTE. It's really difficult to get that stance between the two teams. I'm good, you take a 3-0 here, you take a 3-2 here, just because of it being online. So it is difficult. And where they're saying, but Loki, anyone can joke in this game. Yeah,
That's true.
at certain stages, and I just want to take the maps away here. Look at that beautiful league play. I just want to go in there just to see what's clapping.
No, you don't.
In World League Hub, you will play competitively against opponents with similar skill in Pro Series playlist using CWL rules. All games content is unlocked in World League Hub to give every player a fair chance in competitive play, but you will still earn XP and weapon XP for public matches. Additionally, all players, challenges, and camo may be progressed in World League Hub. Rank play, compete in league play for the highest place in ladders up to 50 players. At the end of the league play, even if you place top 25 or better, you'll earn rewards. Your rank. Doesn't that look beautiful? But let me just go out here before I get hooked and join up on the players.
Yes, please. I missed you. Okay, I missed your presence.
I think
Regardless, we're going to Arsenal control. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
we're going into an Arsenal control, and Brad saying host makes minimal difference with fiber lines. The next variable will be location after that. Yeah, well,
Yeah, I agree with
it
that.
definitely will help. I'm not gonna lie. And look, I joined them. I joined Rahil and Frosty, and look where they sit with me. They taunting me to go play. I think we must reschedule this whole thing. Let's go play league play. But
Lost full.
lost full. We can see Keys Wetter, if I'm saying that right, saying host should matter a lot. Of teams have players from cross country. Only one player gets the advantage. You shouldn't complain when playing on a mutual as well, because no one really benefits from it. Well, a lot of people will be arguing with you in that. If the neutral is from Cape Town, Joburg people won't like that. If the neutral is from Joburg, Cape Town people won't like that. You're never going to keep both teams happy, but it is what it is. If that's the case, just host map 1, 3, and 5, and the other team host map 2 and 4. It doesn't really matter.
Here's the thing. Host matters. Yes. 100% host matters. But if you play the game correctly, you will barely notice it. If you're doing what 2v1 gunfights correctly, you won't notice because you won't be getting shot at that much. If you're playing as a team, getting the trades in, you won't really notice. Unless you're just trying to play 1v1s like it's a free-for-all.
Yeah, it all comes down to it. Say my name, please, Dellas.
No, just don't. Just don't.
No. You see, Edgy is from Portugal, and even he knows. No. We're not
We mustn't do that.
No. We won't do that. But I think we need to get this underway. And if you did not know, there's another stream that's going on between White Rabbit and Elite Gaming. And I think that has started almost starting. I don't know. But stick around. This game is far from done. It's 1-1. That first hard point on Gridlock went to the guys from Energy Esports, 250 to 159. And then we saw an S&D of 2 halves. Ian 4-0 straight up, and then losing 6 straight rounds in Search and Destroy to lose it 6-4 to Bravado. And now we're going to see this control, and we can see a high five era is in here as well. Dellas is thick. There's a difference between thick and fat, and I would say rather fat than thick. But thanks for that in any case. And it looks like even the custom games has a different
changed.
background.
Yes, there is a different background.
Oh, isn't that beautiful?
And as I'm looking towards my recent players, I see that everyone has that number 1 rank on week play, simply because you're in the World Week Hub, which is where you now have all custom games. Your CWL custom games, actually, not all your custom games. So whenever you're playing a scrim or a competitive match in general, go to the World Week Hub, because then you have the most updated rule sets. Now, you probably won't have GAs, because GAs are agreements between players. That's why it's called a gentleman's agreement. Supposedly, we're all gentlemen. At least everyone's a gentleman in the chat, even if you're a lady. Thank you. I appreciate you for being here. Regardless, let's get this show on the road. I want to go play some week play. I want to scrim. Let's get this happening. What's your prediction for this control?
I don't know. We saw 2 3-0s back to back between these two teams. We saw a Search and Destroy that's, I don't even want to call it a Search and Destroy if you're an Ian fan. It was woeful. But this control, I think it's going to be close again. I think Bravado is going to start off hot. They ended hot in Search and Destroy, and I think it's going to carry through to control. I might just give them this 3-1.
3-1 to BVD.
That is correct. 3-1 to BVD.
I'm not sure. Not sure anymore. Because the EN boys had 10 full minutes to calm down, recollect, and just get their stuff together. Well, that's basically what recollect means, isn't it?
Yeah, indeed so. And we can say, see in chat again, all I'm saying is we have players playing on hotspot. Yeah, that's something to remember as well. Players from both Joburg and Durban. We normally get mutual to keep everything happy. Keeps it fair. It does, unless the neutral's from Cape Town. And I can bet you now, you won't be living that from Joburg and Durban. So it depends where it's coming from. But I get you, it's always fair to get a neutral. Unfortunately, if your game's being streamed, neutral is not, it can't happen.
Yeah, unless you only have one caster.
And that's not fun.
It honestly
you don't want to hear
isn't.
my voice all the time. So I need to get in.
I never want to hear you, Don.
Yeah, that's so rude. I was dreaming of you last night. And
Whoa.
Yeah, I was kicking you off the edge.
Okay.
Yeah. So nah, but we're loading, finally loading into this.
This took a dark turn.
It did. But we're loading into Arsenal control. Both of the teams have a map on the board, and now it's time for the difference maker. Who's going to take this control? Get your predictions into the chat. I'm going to start off with Heroz, actually, from Ian. He was the guy that was basically carrying the guys from Ian in Search and Destroy. Let's see if he can do it again in control.
Yes, let's see if Ian has indeed recollected, and let's see if they can actually play their game on this map. We saw them take the win 3-1. Last time we saw these two teams play against each other. Let's see if it's any different here.
See if it's any different. We can see Heroz rocking the reflex sight, long barrel and double quick draw, and it looks like it's gonna be the A push from Bravado as I switch over to Waffle. And you're definitely looking at Waffle to pitch up, as he was nowhere in that Search and Destroy.
Yep. Initial A control goes BBD's way. Player number 8 trying to find a kill there. That's Miki. Does get taken down. Lithium finds him. Kohvz finds one on Heroz. Rahil trades Lithium. kills Shaaki, obviously. The nade goes into that lobby. That's going to back up Waffle. BVD with initial A control. They're getting the second tick in a second. The player does come in. Scorpio cleans him with the help of his teammate. Rahil as well, picking up a kill. Has a lightning strike now, ready. 150 off of that drone squad.
Yeah, and this is not the start you wanted to give Bravado. And with a guy like Rahil on a streak like that, you need to kill him. And just look on. Oh, and he gets the drone squad. This is not where Energy Esports wants to be. And we can see on top of everyone's head is that little icon. That is the icon of league play. So something new that's added. Inferno pre-firing that. And this is already a flawless control played by Bravado, as some of them go down. But the strike team, oh, not strike team, I'm sorry, this is not Miki this time in the control, but it is the sniper's nest that's called by Rahil early on.
Indeed, sniper nest called in early on. They do have Web's advantage. That sniper's nest is going off. That's for Maj and Sprat in those, that little sniper's nest there. Picks up 2 kills. B control in favor of BVD right now, but there's only 2 members there, so Ian can go for a break. Regardless, the first tick has been captured on the site. Kills coming in from a hill, whether it's from his Maddox or the sniper's nest. Again, Lithium with 1 as well, and this round's going to be over in 1 second.
Yeah,
wow.
At this stage, I'm telling my whole team, just jump off. Thank you, go away. Let's not feed them anymore. 5 people, just jump off or give them the heal. As Bravado plays a perfect round number 1. Score streaks picked up from Rahil early on, and that was the start they wanted, and that's what brought them in such a advantage with that streaks was Rahil. So Energy, if you're listening, I hope you're not, obviously, because you can't watch the streams while playing, but you need to wake up in this control. It's I know it's early on, but you're giving a great start for Bravado.
Rahil with still with 2 streaks and 2 kills off of his war machine. This is not looking nice for Ian. A full A push coming in from both teams, except player number 4 there on the BVD side, watching over the B, realizing there's no pressure going into vents now. Kohvz finds steal. Shaaki would want to trade his teammates out, but still control for BVD in this A area. Well played by them off the break.
And Rahil is 11 and 1, a triple 1 there for him as the grapple comes through for Heroz. Heroz only picking up 1, unfortunately. There can Shaaki pick up Rahil. No, he can't do that. The man does not miss any bullets. And here comes more streaks raining down on Energy Esports. It is going to be Bravado that is going to take this by the neck, and it's looking good for them.
And Rahil is 10 points off of another lightning. And this is getting really scary because if you look at the top left of the minimap, you'll find that the BVD players are getting closer and closer to their specialists. There's practically 20 seconds left in this round. Now the clock has stopped because Ian did go for that B push. Drone squad gets called in by Rahil, so they need to shut down Rahil as fast as possible. Heroz finds 1 on Kohvz over on the lobby area. Inferno does get Shaaki at the back B site. Now, the second tick's coming in from Ian. This could be the start of a comeback, but will they be able to actually full capture this site?
Could be, but Rahil has popped his drone squad. We know that thing has gotten a buff, and Lithium, he's only 175 points away from getting his first couple streaks. So they need to shut him down as well. The kill count now 21-16 for Bravado, so a good competitive edge for them. And it's going to be Ian to look just to tick past there, but it's Lithium that's going to tick it all the way back.
Indeed, and now as the clock starts to tick over, the players at window are stunned. The nade comes in. Miki's abs actually not that weak. Regardless, look at those players 9 and 7 on the bottom part of the mini-map at B. As soon as I say that, they get taken down by Scorpio. A huge 2-piece by him. Kohvz and Miki trade, and second player is just not going to do anything. That's Waffle. He's just having another bad map.
This control so far is so one-sided. Bravado, as I said, this is their best. This is their best control map, and we can see this is gonna be a 3-0. I can't see Energy even getting on the board on control.
Indeed, I can't either with the specialist that BVD now has, and no streaks to counter that from EN. It's just this might be a 3-0 on control. Rahil still has his whitening. Lithium is 1 kill. I think he's 50 points off of his whitening himself. The crash comes in from Scorpio. They have everything they need to win, and they're going for a B push, which is good.
Yeah, good for them, bad for Energy Esports. And it's going to be Lithium that's so close to streaks. He's probably the one that needs to get into the hill just to knock them over. But Inferno doing a good job himself. Going to find another one. There's his lightning strike. And oh my gosh, what does he do with Shaaki as he picks up all streaked out? And Energy Esports, what are you doing?
Lithium does get pushed out of the B side, which is good, which means that EN will at least retain control over that B side for a bit. But look at that A side. There's 2 ticks over, just one more tick left. EN will probably have to give this up because they're also at a lives disadvantage. They have 22 lives left. BVD has 27, 26 now with the Waffle gets a kill. And look at all this pressure coming in from the BVD players here. They can actually just play for kills, win the map, but they're still going to capture B. And
full streaks for Rahil again, 21 and 3. He is insane. What is he doing? Is he enjoying his I just think he's very amped up to play League play, you know. I just think he's practicing for League play. They completely blowing Energy Esports out of this control. Oh my gosh, what is this? Where has Bravado come from? Where was Bravado? Where was this Bravado? In Hardpoint.
Last week.
Yeah, and last week.
And in Hardpoint, yes.
It's
this game. It's
crazy.
It's practically finished. 18-9, 17-9. Rahil with the lightning finds one as well on the other team. That's fine. B control coming in. The first tick is close, which is the only saving grace for EN. Is that they don't have the second tick yet. They can actually just try to play kills, but there's too many streaks on the map. There's too many BVD players on the map. It feels like they're playing 6v5 at the moment, and just 2 bad maps from Waffle. They still will have a chance to bounce back in this hardpoint to try to bring it to a map 5. However, with the way that BVD is playing right now, it's just... it might be a little bit too much.
Yeah, might just be there's only 3
25
lives.
and 5? I don't even do that in a pub.
This, I'm telling you, this guy doesn't have 10 fingers, he's got 20. If not 20, he's even got 30. This man... Rahil is a freak of nature. 25 and 5 I think that he's gonna end with. Can he find this last one? Yes, he does. 26 and 5 does Rahil end with. A 3-0 thrashing for Energy Esports as Bravado just takes it smoothly. Smooth 3-0 for them.
That was... I don't even want to call it a blowout. That was just... I don't have a word to describe it. It felt like playing a public match where there's a party of 5 against 5 randomly matched players. That's legitimately what it looked like.
It's like playing Battleship. All you hear is... and that's what's going in Ian's brain. They're thinking, oh my god, what are we allowing? And I'm telling you, it's maybe it's BVD just pitching up, but Energy Esports, it's not the way you can play. But if I bring up the maps for you guys now, we're gonna see a hard point frequency. And if you're Energy Esports, this is the place where you need to hit back. Okay, we saw you guys can do it on hard points, and if you want to make it a five map series, it's gonna be now.
Exactly. And they, I mean, obviously they need to start now. I'm just not sure that they'll manage it. After losing 6 rounds in a row of S&D, coupled with these 3 rounds in control, it might be too much. I'm saying this a lot, but we're still playing on Arsenal. No, we're not. We're actually switching maps here. We're playing Frequency.
Yeah.
Which is decent for EN, but I'm not 100% sure on how much BVD have improved on that. Obviously, they should be improved because it got picked.
But here it is now. Let me paint this picture for you. SND, okay? Energy starts good. BVD comes back with 6 rounds. That's breaking Ian a bit off, right? Just scraping them
Exactly.
off, okay? And then you come to control where BVD literally takes a twig, okay, and breaks it, and that's Ian's the twig, and they broke Ian. Now, do you think in this hard point that Energy can find it in themselves to come back? At this stage, what's going through their mind, Edgar? As a player, you've played comp. What's going through your mind
Yes.
after getting 3-0 like that?
After getting 3-0 like that, I'm just telling my get about that. It happens, yeah, whatever. Just make up some random excuse, and then we go actually find the mistakes after the series. Let's focus on this map. Let's make sure that we bounce back here. We come out hot, get that first rotation in, make sure that we're in the lead, and just hype up my teammates as much as I can. I'm not in this situation. The one thing that you shouldn't do is, oh, X player is playing bad. Why are you playing so bad, etc., etc., and starting to roast him. That never works.
Yeah.
That never helps you get the vibes back, and you need vibes, especially in a 5v5 competitive esport, to actually win. Now they're down 2-1. They need to win this hardpoint on frequency. I honestly think that they need to pull out a miracle here.
I don't know where they're gonna get it from, but this EN team needs to pitch up now. It's now or never. They won't have another chance. They need to take control. We don't want to say. We don't even want to say that word now. If you're an EN supporter, but you need to take advantage. Or let's just use the word control for now. Okay, I know. Sorry, it hurts, but. EN needs to take control. They need to start off hot. They need to be in the faces of Bravado at all time. They can't give them any sniff, because at this stage Bravado is just relaxing, going through the motion, and it's just looking too good.
Indeed. It's just looking too good from the BVD players and the BVD team in general. I have a game settings update. Did you get that too?
Nope. Nothing from my side. I'm loving this. Oh shit. Oh, they're starting the game. You're not here.
I am here.
Oh. Okay.
I just can't see much.
Okay, it's okay. As long as you're here. Okay?
As long as I'm here.
As long as you're here. Okay? We're going in. We're loading in to a hard point frequency. The score count is 2-1 to Bravado. Can a Bravado take it and finish it in a 3-1 fashion, or is Ian gonna have the last say? Is Ian gonna push this even further to a map number 5 with the momentum that Bravado has now? Yes, Frosty as host now. It is Ian's host, but they need to take advantage of this host as much as they can.
Indeed, they need to take that advantage, and they need to make sure that they're at least having a good start on this map. Because we know how frequency plays out. You have a good first hill, you have a good second hill, you get streaked. You can start to roll over the enemy team with that. But first, just have a good start. Focus on getting those kills on the break. Focus on getting that confidence back, that you can actually win those gunfights. And initial trades go towards BVD. Waffle does find one, however, making it a 1v1 with Lithium. So, no momentum gain from EN. First play is going towards BVD. They're trying to hold the second charge of players from EN. They do not manage to do that. A solid break. All 5 people down. A solid break from EN.
Solid, and this is what you're wanting. You can see them now pushing through, trying to get spawned there as Shaaki does clean him up. Rob there, that is Kohvz. And if you're Ian, you need just to shut down Rahil. Rahil had the game of his life on control, or you could say Ian allowed him to have the game of his life. And it looks like Ian is firing back. They've had their little pet talk. The rotation is over to next. Inferno is 0-3. And they need to capitalize on this, Ian. They need to keep gunning. Need to keep going. They need a great game out of everyone. Yes, Waffle has struggled. And they're looking at him to pitch up.
Indeed, looking at him to pitch up. And look at the spawns coming in from Ian. Nice hold of him. But as soon as they spawn at the back right of the map, instead of spawning at the back of the circle area, they should realize that there's people pushing elbow. Thankfully, Shaaki gets a 2-piece in orange or gold, and that manages to keep Ian in the hill and just focused on trying to hold mid-map and the left side of the map as well.
So
player
far.
in balcony with Yum gets taken down. Solid play from Ian on the start of this hard point. They already took 30 seconds.
Yeah. No, so far so good for Energy Esports. It's the start you wanted. 65 and 8 and counting for Ian. Rotation is going to come over. It looks like they're pushing Rahil, and that's what they're doing right there. We can see Shaaki. He's on a 6 streak. Did not pick up him getting any streaks, but he has his lightning and his Hellstorm, so we'll see if we can capitalize on that. It is a map that's very open, so they can possibly get the kills. Why is Shaaki peeking? He is stunned, he's backing down, but it's gonna get shot from above. I almost thought he would, but he's got the help of his teammate Frosty. There's Frosty, picks him up. He's just picking down middle, and he picks up Rob, and that's all streaked out for Shaaki, the start that you wanted. And it's looking good as Waffle makes a place to play.
Waffle does end up falling off the map. Now 20 seconds left in this hill, and Ian is the first at the next one. However, there's only one player there, and they are now spawning at the back of the third hill. But BBD is trying to surge in through middle, make sure that they're actually winning these gunfights on rotation, so that they can break into this hill and get a successful hold. The drone squad comes in from Shaaki, however.
And that drone squad with its buff is completely OP at this stage. We'll see if Bravado can take care of it. None of them falling as of yet of the drone squad, but Frosty picking up 2, can't pick up the 3rd, as it's still Kohvz picking up all the time there, but it's Ian breaking in. Rahil unfortunately can't do anything, and it's Waffle at this stage not going in going -1, but he's fixing it. I don't know if it's maybe that he's on lag or whatnot, but he's picking up his game. He's trying to extend Ian's advantage. And if we're looking at Bravado, Edgar, it's not really them doing anything wrong. It's just Ian pitching up.
Ian is just winning all the trades that they need to get. They're winning all the important hill gunfights, and despite not having that much map control, at least on this 4th hill, they've just managed to hold it by trading correctly. Now, going to this first hill again, we're going on the second rotation of hardpoints. We see that Ian is pretty much spread around the map, trying to just pinch the hill. Player number 2 here, Miki, does get Kohvz here in the balcony, but hill control initial 1 still goes for BVD.
Yeah, still BVD. I'm just sticking on board with Miki. He's on a 5 streak. Just above him is one of the Bravado players. That is Inferno, and he picks him up as well. He's now 100 points away from getting his streaks. Is he going to pop into next to maybe get it? And it looks like he will be doing just that. And it's yet again Ian with that rotation to next, breaking through. The war machine comes in from Shaaki, almost taking out his teammate Miki, but Shaaki is playing out of his mind. He's 4 and 6 with a 6 streak, yes, yet again, and he's close to yet another couple of streaks.
Indeed, and pulls out uses his widening, does not get anything with it. It just zones down the players from BVD. They're trying to push up to ensure that rotation to the second hill. And it seems that for now they've managed to do that because all of EN has spawned at the back of the third hill. And they now will need to retake. Waffle needs to stay alive here. Do not challenge this. He gets absolutely gunned by Scorpio.
Scorpio with the gunny there as he takes care of Waffle at the back. So Bravado just broke back with comfortable ease at the back. And it's going to be Lithium only picking up 1 with his Gravity Slam there. It's 4 down for Energy Esports. They're going to be spawning at Circle. And Miki filling out the Annihilator, finding 3. Can he find Kohvz there in the middle? Well, finds 5 there! Oh my gosh, Miki! Give this man a bells as he picks up even more. The man's a legend as he just breaks in and takes care of Bravado by his own.
His Annihilator usage in hardpoints has been 10 out of 10 in both of the hardpoints in the series. Now, good thing for EN as well was that 1, he picked up streaks with that. 2, they managed to rotate properly. If they managed to hold off this first break from BVD, they just get all these kills here. Waffle with 2 here at the elbow, holding it down for his squad. Cannot find any more. If they do manage to hold this, and now the lightning strike comes in, finds 3 over on that circle area. If they hold these 30 seconds, the game's pretty much over because they have way too many streaks to waste. But that's what I said in the second map, the S&D, so... Yikes.
Yeah, with Frosty finding 2 there again. He's on 3 streaks. Make that 4, and even him is picking up those streaks. Now so many streaks on the hands of Energy Esports. Scorpio picked up a headshot there on Shaaki, and they're going to look to break in. Only fist left for Frosty. It looks like they're going to be giving up that 10 seconds. But the rotation is down for Bravado. Can Ian break it with all those streaks? You think they should, but the drone squad has ended from Ian.
Indeed, drone squad has ended. Kohvz and BVD does have the hill at the moment, and the game is actually pretty close despite this enormous amount of streaks that Ian has. The lightning strike from Frosty only finds one. Shaaki practically turns on Kohvz because Kohvz ran out of ammo. Inferno with the Tempest, trying to find more than one. And the break goes towards BVD. Now, look at that. Look at the mid-map control that BVD has, but also look at that weird spawn that Miki just got there, calling in his Hellstorm as well. The rest of these seconds are probably going to go towards EN, but none of them have rotated yet, which means that BVD will, at least, if they choose to go for the rotation, they will have initial control, but let's see how these gunfights play out, because Lithium just got shot in the back by Miki. The stun comes in from Scorpio on that P1 site, but there's too many members. He does find one, however.
Well, if we're looking at the score streaks from Ian, you think they would be even further ahead, but they have crossed the 200-point mark, only 30 points away from taking this. And at this stage, you're looking at a map 5. But even at this stage, looking at Search and Destroy, where Bravado had 6 rounds in a row, it's going to be difficult.
Indeed, it's going to be very difficult, and they can win it right here. The Tempest coming out. I'm not sure if they did anything, but that's fine, because Waffle has streaks, full streaks now. Gets 3 players. Can he get the 4th here on the hill to solidify this win? No, he cannot. Lithium does take him down promptly. The break's trying to come. The break is not coming from EN, actually. They're just choosing to set up for this next hill. Playing very well, but look at that player number 4, that Scorpio, trying to play spoiler. Does he find a gunfight on Waffle? He does not. Waffle finds him.
Yeah,
this game should be over, don't worry.
Yep, this should be it. And it's the story of hard points again for Energy, as they're looking flawless on hard points. It's crazy for me that if you're looking this good on hard point, how can you suck that bad on control? But 250, 170 for Energy Esports after that hard point, and we're seeing a map 5 at least. It's not 3-0s. We're going the distance, and just admire this play with an annihilator by Miki. One finds the second, finds the third. Kohvz just beneath the table, getting help there, finds the one there, and boom! Complete and utter dominance.
He only didn't find the 6th one because he was stunned. However, BVD in that specific play, they also did go at him 1v1.
Yeah.
It was basically 4 players just sliding at him, trying to pick up the kill, ended up not. Regardless, I see Brad in the chat commenting, it's scary for ZA Esports fans to see that Bravado isn't winning these matches convincingly, since he'll be repping ZA real soon overseas. And yes, it really is scary, because
true.
At this rate, I'm predicting them to place maybe top 128 at whatever event they go to. Top 64 if they're lucky. Because you have to be 100% dominating your scene, if you actually, your local scene, if you want to play a big CWL event.
And they're
just not doing that at the moment.
That's just scary. That for me, if you Bravado now and you're looking, let's just say us from looking from the outside in, do you think this is maybe the right stage to be sending Bravado overseas? Well, if you're looking at this, obviously your answer should be no. But
yep.
But what other chance is any Call of Duty players in South Africa gonna get than going to one of these tournaments and performing or not performing? You're just getting your name over there, and a benefit to that, even the open series is being streamed, so we would see our gents be playing, and most likely, hopefully, doing good. But at this stage, I can't see them doing good.
Indeed, I can't see them doing good either. But they still have some time to improve. They still have time to figure out what's going wrong with their hardpoint, number one, and what's going on with their S&D at the moment, simply because that Arsenal was EN choking. That's the only reason we didn't see a 3-1 here. This is going to a map 5 now, right? And a series like this, if BBD wants to do something outside, and I really hope that they entire event, because I root for SA teams whenever I can. But at this stage, you're not placing higher than the top 128, and that might be a hard pill to swallow, but that's simply how it is.
Yeah, and I'm just reading from the comments of the stream. Brad saying, "I've heard that BVD aren't putting in the hours that they should be, and that's aggravating since they have the opportunity to do what hundreds and thousands of COD players or esports players want to." And Brad, I 100% agree with you. The only problem that I'm looking at is the last 2 weeks, Escom. Okay, players can't play. The power's going out.
Yep, true.
We have players having internet problems, right? Players can't get up. And then this might sound a bit dick, but the only true practice that Bravado is going to get at this stage is Energy Esports. And Energy,
WRG, yep.
And WRG, but they just formed. They maybe not at the peak that they want to be, but at this stage, they're just not getting enough. For me, sending Bravado overseas a month before the tournament, yes, go for it, do it. Get practice in against other pro teams, other amateur teams there. Get the practice in, because you'll get teams 24/7 they're playing. And over here, you're not getting it. Energy teams, they've got school. Some of the WRG team players have school, so they can only play about 7 at night, and sometimes you can't even get practice there. It is really difficult, but nevertheless, Bravado might still be going. It's not official yet, but if they do go, we wish them the best of luck. The whole COD will be behind them, and I can tell you, even the EN guys would be behind them, even if they lose this one. So it all comes down to us getting together and hoping they can win this. Yeah,
supporting is the major thing, guys. Always do that.
Yeah, it is.
Always.
It is 100%. And I want to join on them if I can find any of their names.
Join on me. I'll invite you. Invite sent.
Yeah.
Die Dellas.
Die. Okay. In English, it's die. Okay. Let's just stick it to D. But we are now going to a map number 5. Search and destroy on frequency. And I'm just thinking now, if you're Energy Esports, after getting 6 round blasted against you, and you're looking at the search and destroy, thinking, damn, let's just not let this happen again.
Yes, Ian has bounced back. Hopefully, after that hard point, they should now be running in all 5 cylinders. Actually, I was about to say 4 for some reason, but so should DVD. We are playing frequency. We are playing S&D, and it's all about your trades. It's all about making sure that, again, just like Arsenal, if you're running a sniper, make sure that player is actually picking up that first blood, or at least a kill, to make himself worth it that round. Because if you're sniping and you miss, or you have a clear chance to actually get a kill and you miss, you're practically worthless to your team now that the Mozu has been gone. But Heroz did prove us otherwise during that first S&D on Arsenal, as he was picking up kills left and right with a strife. So we'll just have to see how this turns out.
Yeah, indeed. So everyone in the chat, I can see we have Era Tempsy, we've got Brad in there, we have MXRCM8, what the hell, I don't know, I can't even pronounce that, but get your final S&D scores in the chat. Who do you think is going to take it, Bravado or Energy Esports? And give me a scoreline. What do you guys think? Dare saying my stream keeps buffering. My internet is hundreds. I don't know why yours buffering. I don't think anyone else's.
Kilobyte.
It's It's on 540p. It shouldn't be buffering, but everything is fine on my side. Everything has given me the green light. There's no dropped frames, so I don't know what's the problem. But if we're just looking at Bravado's lineup here, Inferno's got the sniper in hand. We don't see any other guns that's really out of the ordinary from Energy's point of view. We've got a sniper and everyone Maddox and Sorg, so no swordfish this time around.
Yep. That's fine because it's frequency. It's a map with shorter engagements, and having a weapon there for smaller maps, it's a high risk, high reward thing. So you're better off just running a medic for that swordfish. BBD choosing to hit the safe site. 3 players in this ring trying to get a window of opportunity to push over on that A site, take control of it, and put the bomb down. Will Inferno be able to find a pick? Not yet. Not yet.
Everyone just playing it slow, just feeling the game. Currently, they're all waiting for that first blood, and I think once that goes down, the push will be made. Lithium has the bomb in hand. You see, he's just shoulder peeking, trying to get that perfect opportunity so he can get and run over to the bomb, and that he gets the go-ahead. Bomb is going to go down. Player number 10 will be Miki. Can he find the kill on Kohvz? And yes, he does. And this is the pick they wanted. They're going to have to get a perfect break here for Energy.
That 1v1 challenge again happened, and it is now 4v2 in favor of EN. Or 1v4 for Inferno as he shoots a bit our way. Again,
Yeah,
BBD has bomb
the start.
control.
This is the start we saw.
Challenged.
This is the start we saw in Arsenal,
On the last
and
map,
it
yeah.
was 4-0 up for Ian. So I'm always a big guy. Don't count your chicken before they hatch. And well, that was the case in that S&D. Hopefully not in this one, as Ian gets that first round.
Yep, and here's what happens. You have that player in mid, trying to watch the cross. He gets taken down because he's fighting 1v1. Again, 50-50% chance of him winning that. After that, all the EN players converge on the A site, break that ring area, eliminate everyone that's there, and then it's just Inferno alone in a 1v4. What can he do? Nothing. If you might be played together and you had that player up in window or at gold watching the mid cross to P1, you might have actually pulled out that round because you had bomb down. Regardless, EN is choosing to go a different route, going for that B push.
Looks like it. Frosty picking up that also crucial first blood. And they're hunting for that second one, and they do get that one. But Lithium gets that all-important trade-off. And the sniper in the hand of... is it Scorpio this time? I heard the sniper shot go down, but it's not. I think it's... Oh, he picks one up now.
It is Scorpio. It is Scorpio.
Yeah.
Or it is Scorpio now, at the very least. Regardless, 4v3. Ian has the bomb down. Heroz just found one with the strife. Almost finds the second one on Kohvz, but does not. Frosty with one important kill over there by the bottom of the B side, and the 2-piece on Kohvz.
Yeah.
Solid round from Ian.
Good round again. You can just tick the boxes. First blood ticked. They got the trades in when they needed to tick. And
Bomb down.
Bomb down, tick. And that final tick winning the round. So good plays from Energy Esports as they take a 2-0 advantage. They just need to keep going. And if you're Bravado, you need to stop them as quick as possible. Remember last time in that SND, it was Waffle that was 0-8 before getting any kills, and he's already started better.
Indeed. Sorry, he's already started better, but that's quite a low ceiling to be...
Yeah, a low ceiling to be hitting.
to be crossing. Inferno with one, Lithium with one as well. Kohvz with one on the bottom area of Ian's spawn. Bombs going down. 5v2 advantage for BBD with the bomb down. This is a round that they 100% need to take, and I'd be appalled if they didn't.
Would you
There's
say...
no way they're losing this, right, Dalray?
No way. So my question was to you, doesn't both people just jump off? And I
Jump
think,
off?
yeah. Thank you. So, sometimes my players listen to me. Sometimes.
Sometimes.
Sometimes. But a good round yet again. VVD ticking those boxes and doing a good job, not dropping one guy. So they will be looking at specialists and streaks now if they can capitalize on that. It's 2-1 still for Ian. Are they going to want to break that drought now, as you could call it, maybe not winning that round, but it started off with that first blood, and that's very crucial for any team.
Indeed, and then as they now go on offense, it seems like another B push is in order. BVD kind of has the B stack as well, except they have one player in mid 1 and 8. So EN does definitely have man advantage. Not anymore that Kohvz picked up 1, now 2. 4v3 advantage for BVD. Wisely, the BVD players wisely back down. They have numbers up. They don't need to be doing anything too special. They don't need to be challenging any gunfights. You have that player number 3, that's Inferno, sniping that B site, making sure that nobody can cross to that bomb and plant successfully. And he's going for the nade. Nades have actually been buffed as well, so the damage on the nades is now bigger. It's not better. Sorry, not bigger. It seems like Ian is still investing in this B push. Inferno misses his snipe. Waffle finds 1, 3v3.
Inferno doing a good job just running away, because you could see all the orange arrows was on. All on their way to him, and it looks like Shaaki will now be getting the bomb down, and BVD is going to give it up and break back. Hopefully break back to take it to all equal 2-2.
Indeed. Seems like this round will be going in favor of EN, despite a bad start with a huge DPS from Kohvz, who is not alive at the moment. 30 seconds until the bomb explodes. DVD trying to stick together, play those trades. Inferno trying to find a pick with a sniper. Does not find anyone on EN's side of the spawn. They now know that everyone on EN is on their side of the spawn. Shaaki with 2, and Inferno misses his snipe yet again, and that is the disadvantage of running a sniper rifle.
Well, just before it went to that 3v3, it was 4v3 to start off with for BVD. Then all 3 of the EN guys got together. They pushed Lithium, I think, bottom pipes, got the kill. Inferno got out, and they gave up the A site. EN got the bomb down, and all just stacked one side, and it was a good play from them. And it takes them even further away from BVD now, and it is Shaaki that is closest to streak for them.
Exactly, and when EN pushed BVD's side of pipes, and they got that kill on Lithium, Inferno missed a snipe. That would have been a 3v2 advantage for BVD in terms of lives, and nothing would have... EN probably wouldn't have been able to do anything or to get B control because, well, Inferno was still there. Now, moving over to this round, bomb's not being planted by any of the players. They're just trying to push up and get a kill. Scorpio finds 1, gets traded immediately. 4v4. Bomb's now getting planted.
Bomb going down. That is a 4v3 man advantage for Bravado. Player number 10 is Miki. See if he can do anything. He is mid. I think he was spotted by Kohvz. Kohvz will now be running over. Is he going to be shot from behind? This is definitely BVD's round to lose. Hopefully they don't throw it away, and it is just that. Bravado hit back with a perfect round.
Indeed. Very good round out of them. They managed to back out the EN players, and after that it was an easy job putting the bomb down. They had a man advantage as well because one of their players picked up another kill, so it was a 4v3. And after that, none of them dropped. They played the baits and switches correctly, got all the kills that they needed to. GG's. Nice round to them.
Yeah, nice round, and they did stop Shaaki from getting his streak, so that's a tick as well there. If we look at specialists, it's Shaaki closest to his war machine, and Kohvz closest to his annihilator from Bravado. And we'll see what push Ian does. They looks like playing a passive game this way. They're not really pushing A or B.
Indeed, just playing a passive mid, trying to find a few kills. Waffle tags up Inferno because has not managed to finish it. Quietest for a round that we're coming here. It's not what we're used to on frequency. The call has been made. The rotation is being put into place, and BVD is not checking over the B bomb cross, so they will not be aware of this until bomb starts going down.
Here's my question now. Did they plan this for Shaaki to get his war machine? Is he going to pick it out? Yes, he does, but almost gets taken out. He challenges with being so weak, and he doesn't even pick up one. Not even one.
That is bad specialist usage 101. Do not do that, guys. However, somehow still a 3v3. now just a 1v3 in favor of Frosty as the kills go in favor of BBD. Frosty has been caught out. Kohvz will surely clean him up. 225 off of lightning, now 125. So
that's what you call trigger happy.
if he stays alive this next round,
Yeah.
it's easy. He gets streaks.
It was Shaaki. He was weak. He pushes straight away. He gets out, and he just wastes his war machine. Like, that is not how you should play with your war machine, ladies and gentlemen. If you saw that, probably not the best POV to be watching. But if you did pop it, just hang back. You've got the time. Don't waste your nades. And unfortunately,
Exactly.
that was not the case as Bravado hit back with a beautiful SND round as it's now 3-3 and it's led by Kohvz as he's 9-3.
Indeed, Kohvz pulling out a Quinic here. 3-3 in terms of rounds, so everything's tied up. The Bravado will be on the offense. In terms of specialist progression, the only thing we see is Kohvz with his Annihilator. Shaaki did not use his war machine correctly. However, his team is closer to specialists overall.
Yeah,
Nade comes in from
Annihilator.
Shaaki.
Annihilator is pulled out. One streak acquired for Kohvz. And this is the push now for Bravado to go over. As you can see, two guys
love that
is sent
play.
over for Bravado. And the player number 7. Have a look at Waffle. Can he be this guy to make a change? Nope. He gives his position away. And he's going to be taken down from behind as well. Players falling left and right for Energy Esports. All left to Miki to make a 1v5 at this point. You're just jumping off.
Yep, I love this. I love that play from Kohvz. Just pulling out his Annihilator, getting himself streaked, making sure that you have first blood in the process, and that first blood gave BBD A control, number 1. And number 2, it gives Kohvz a lightning, which is big in S&D, if not just for the kills and for the kills that you can get with it, but for the ping as well, which spots out all 5 enemy players.
Well, we
really
saw
going
how
in
not to
play,
use
alright.
specialists. We saw how to use specialists. Now, he has streaks as well. And he's 100 away from his Hellstorm, so they need to shut him down. And it looks like a mid push from Ian this time.
Indeed, a mid push from Ian, this time a bit faster than the previous one, but there seem to be going to be BVD sending 2 people on the flank. That's Inferno and Kohvz. Bombs going down. They do isolate this player here, Lithium, with the first blood. So they are now set up on BVD's side of pipes, and they will surely manage to hold on the setup. No, they won't, because Rahil finds one. Scorpio tries to do the bait and switch with him, does not find anyone. That nade almost cleans up Miki, but it's still a 3v4 in favor of Ian. And the bomb seems to be getting jiggled. No. 3v1. Nice defense after that point from Ian. They managed to isolate the first player with him at jungle. Take him down. Bombs going down at the exact same time. They realize that nobody's coming from BBD side of the spawn. Everybody's coming from pit and from their side of pipes and from Ian's side of pipes, and managed to clean up those players pretty easily.
And the big kill there for me
Everything
was
tied up again.
on Rob, and Kohvz at least stopped him from getting his Hellstorm, but he still has that lightning strike. We'll see how he tends to use that, as it looks like a B push from Bravado as well. 2 players from Ian there. We'll see what they can do. We're looking at Rahil with the battery, and was Lithium with his gravity slam. So this looks like maybe a round that Bravado can take if you're looking at specialist.
Maybe lightning strike gets called in, but remember the crash has been used by Ian. So every player except Heroz now has 200 health. However, the bomb is going down on the B site. And I don't think Ian was ready for this, because they did not go on a fast retake. The kills here should be in favor of BBD. However, they did not go that way.
That stun was the cause of BVD's downfall there, and what a round to win. This is the definitely, if you're thinking about rounds, this is the one you want. Now it puts Ian 1 round away from taking the search and destroy. And if we're looking at specialist, Rahil still has his war machine. Lithium still have his gravity slam. and I think it's Inferno still has his tempers. So much to be used from Bravado and from Ian. I think the only one that was used as well was only the War Machine.
Who wins, an entire 5-man team or one tiny stun boy?
Yeah. That little concussion, that little thing can ruin your life. And from Bravado, from Ian, we have Frosty that has his Tempest. Heroz the Gravity Slam. I'm gonna jump on board with Heroz. He can do anything with it, but the Tac 5 is popped by Bravado.
Indeed, the Tempest has been popped by Frosty as well. Did not find a tag with it. However, it means that they have early B control, but Lithium with the graph spikes finds one Rahil, just kills Frosty out of his Tempest. So Miki pulls out the Annihilator as well.
All the specialists used.
It's a 2v4.
All the specialist is used by Ian at this stage.
Uh-oh.
And we're gonna see around 11.
This is a GG.
Nothing if Miki can do about it.
This is around 11. This is around 11.
Round.
There's no way.
Okay, paint the picture. Round 11. You've got War Machine. You've got Tempest. The other team has nothing. That is
the only good thing is
that is two specialists that can change a game on its head.
Yep, Frosty wasn't able to do just that with his own Tempest. So now one of the BVD players gets a try. However, round 11, 2 specialists versus 0 specialists. 0 streaks versus 0 streaks. This is just look, and BVD's on defense. This is looking like a BVD win.
Map 5, round 11 between Energy Esports and Bravado Gaming. Who's gonna come out on top? Specialist Heroz at least still has his War Machine. See what he can do with it. And it looks like they're gonna opt to go to A. And the only player there for Bravado is Kohvz currently. He's going to make his way over. The War Machine is popped. Can he take care of him? Yes, he does. War Machine is taken out by a Gravity Slam, but it has been a trade. So 4 players left alive from both teams.
And here's the thing. That the Tempest just got popped as well by Inferno. But here's the thing. That graph spike is used correctly simply because they get A control off of that. They get a bomb down. Kills going around mid-map. They get traded as well. Lithium is stunned. He is not pushed, however. This round can go either way right now, Dalray.
It can be. Is Miki gonna pick up a kill? Yes, he does. Can he find one more on bomb? Unfortunately, can't. It's a 2v2. Lithium is just hovering over bomb. He does see him. It's all up to the captain. Can he make it count? Unfortunately, can't. And that is a game won by Energy Esports. Looking at that first SND, you would not have thought it would have been this. But Energy comes out victorious, 3-2 over Bravado Gaming.
Indeed, a 3-2 over BVD, and however, this should have been a 3-1, given that S&D. That S&D was just a choke. They were up 4-0, and you ended up losing 6-4. You ended up not winning a single round after that. That's a choke. There's nothing else that you can say about that.
Yeah, well, if
on the side of BVD, their control on Arsenal was extremely strong. However, their respawns and their S&Ds, not that good.
Not that good at all.
Even though they pulled it up on Arsenal. Yeah, it's not that good.
If we just look at both teams and what they have to do going back into practice, or, you know, if we're looking at Bravado, we're looking at a hard point, number 1. They need to fix their hard 100%. Point. And it comes down to you're doing what needs to be done on rotation. But you're being broken too easily. You can't keep it. It's 10 seconds and the team is in. So Bravado, definitely be looking at that. The S&D looks really, really good. At some stages, they just being outplayed, I would say. But the S&D is looking really good. They've taken 6 rounds without any answer from Ian in that first S&D. And they didn't play a bad S&D in this map number 5. So S&D looking good. And then control is there. It's their bread and butter. Their control is so good. They make Ian look so bad on it. And it's maybe that Bravado just a good one on control. And if we speak about Energy Esports, hardpoint really good. Okay, you're doing everything good. SND, yeah, after looking at that first one, you're kicking yourself. But you hit back in a map number 5. Like the way you did here is brilliant. So a good S&D from them, and then control is woeful. They There was
Yeah,
a tweet earlier this
that was
week
a bad match from them.
asking your help for control, and it really does look like they need it.
Swiped in those 50 rands.
Swipe
I'm
it
kidding,
in
I'm
there,
kidding.
but yeah, gents, GG's to both teams. They yet again, these two powerhouses giving us a show, and thanks to Bravado for giving that, and for Ian allowing us to stream it. For myself and Edgar, we appreciate it always. Edgar, I appreciate you always making time available to cast.
I appreciate you,
yeah,
buddy.
thanks, man.
Sometimes, not
and-
always.
Fuck you. And for everyone in stream, thanks very much for joining us. I appreciate you all. I'll check you guys next time. And from myself and Edgar, cheerio.
Cheers.
Go play League, play bye.